Hi everyone, I'm Nicolas, the co-founder of Graphlinq Project, and this is Frederic with me.
Hey everyone.
So today we're gonna talk about how Graphlinq will bring a more efficient way to access to your blockchain data and off-chain data too, and how to create your workflow based on these two type of data. So first of all, what is Graphlinq? So Graphlinq will allow you to create a workflow with all types of block with no line of code. So you don't need any knowledge in coding or anything else. It's just basically a drag and drop interface with an engine that runs the graph for you on our nodes. So you can connect anything you want, like the Ethereum blockchain and another blockchain, or if you want an Oracle.
So yeah guys, with Graphlinq you can create your own graph and deploy it on our cloud, which means that we have our main network on which you can deploy any of the blocks available on the EDE. So we have an EDE on which you can you can select a set of blocks and create your own graph. And then once you tested it on our EDE, you can deploy it directly to our interface and watch over blockchain data.
So with Graphlinq, you will have access to a dashboard where you can find all your running graph and logs about it. So it will be more simple for you to know about the execution fees for your graph, for example, or to make your graph, you will access also to a template list um, that will allow you to create in the IDE your own graph from these templates. So in this IDE, you will access to a thousand of blocks available. So you will have access, for example, arithmetic, Discord, Twitter, Ethereum, BAC, Binance too, and more blocks will be available soon.
Yeah, so with like the Graphlinq EDE, you can create your own graph, like just Nicolas said. And once you tested it, you can deploy it through the dashboard on which you can set up everything that you want based on the template, watch the state of your graph, and then watch the logs. Yeah, so on the smart contract interface on the dashboard, you can deposit GLQ token, which is our BEP20 token, and then use it to run your graph, which means that it will be instantly used for the execution price of all of the graph. And then when you will want to withdraw from this contract, a part will be used as fees, so burnt, which will reduce the supply of the token. So with the GLQ token, you will be also able to do a DAO governance, which means that you will have a vote on the selection of new blocks to add from the team. Also, we plan to make a marketplace where people can set off their own templates that they're making themselves. Also, after that, we are thinking about a bounty rewards program that will be used for people that add some new libraries to the community, like doing pull requests on GitHub.
So for each execution of your graph, the engine will calculate the amount of GLQ token you will need to execute this graph. After the execution, the engine will send to the node about the execution fees for the cycle of the graph. So this amount will be deducted to your cloud balance on the dashboard. So you will see instantly your balance on the website. And like Frederic said earlier, all JLQ used in execution will be burned at the withdraw phase.
As for the burning policy, it's not instantly, which means that when you will ask a withdraw, it will be burned from the supply, not before. Also, if you ask for a lower amount or a higher amount to withdraw from what you have in your balance, it will be automatically set up with what you have to pay. Also, there is two type of fees from blocks execution. There is a static price of each blocks that is available on our documentation. So like there is a fixed gas price, which is like the GLQ token as gas price. And then there is a dynamic price, which is calculated over time when your graph is running. So there is like multiple cycles of execution. Like for example, if you are watching Ethereum blockchain and watching every new transaction, and then set up a block after a while that will send that block name or that transaction name over Discord, then there will be a calculated price on this execution, which means that if you watch the block, it will be less expensive than if you watch the transaction.
Yeah, of course. So for the blocks available in Graphlinq, in the roadmap, we said that we will allow for developers to implement their own block. So our engine will be open source. Will be open source soon, and developers will be sorry.
I was saying it's totally available on GitHub.
Yeah, and the developer will be able to implement anything they want. And if we decide that this type of block is useful for our community, we will bring this block in the Graphlinq website. So in the roadmap, we are currently at the Q1 for this year. All contracts and engine stuff are already done and available on the platform, so you can test it right now for free. And for the next step, we will prepare the pre-sale. And like we said in our roadmap, we can introduce for the current year the JLQ marketplace, that which means that user will be able to sell their own graph to other users and be paid in JLQ token. So it will be a community platform. And for this community part for Graphlinq, it's important for us with the DAO governance. So Frederick, can you explain that?
Yeah, so actually for the DAO governance, we really need that as a community to set up the path of the project, which we will follow on the roadmap, on the entire roadmap and life of the project. Also, people will be able to choose the blocks that will be set up for the next things to do. And yeah, it's really good to have this to give power to people to choose the way of doing the stuff for the future of the Graphling project. So Graphling will host its token presale on the Crypto Protocol, which is like a set of AAM protocol linked to each other on where we can create initial liquidity offering. So we will create it by the end of this month, approximately 25 of this month. And yeah, you will be able to join on here. And a part of the liquidity will be locked, and the other will be used for all of our needs, which is marketing, networking, the cost of not to run Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, maybe Bitcoin, and the further blockchain that we'll be adding, like Polkadot, Elrond, and a lot of cool stuff that we'll be doing in the future.
So yeah, the presale will be huge for us.
So yeah, Unicrypt used, like I said, a lot of AAM protocol like Uniswap, PancakeSwap, JewelSwap. So we're using PancakeSwap because we are on BSC chain. So everyone will need to have BNB to be able to be a part of the presale and join. And yeah, Nicolas, if you have something to say about it.
So yeah, on Unicrypt you will be able to see the soft cap and the hard cap of the presale. We will be able to see the tokenomics too, which is also available on the documentation of Graphlinq. Like Frederick said earlier, some part of the presale will be locked for months for the liquidity for Graphlinq.
Yeah, so the liquidity will be used for AM protocol, like just said before, though it will be PancakeSwap. And then later on, if we can speed up on multiple ones, it's better.
Yes, you can join us on our social networks. We are on Telegram, Discord, Reddit, and we will make another video for talking about the IDE and explain you how to make your own graph on Graphlinq. So yeah, feel free to join
Yes.
us.
So be sure to follow us on Twitter to be available of the news that we're putting on here.
Yeah,
And
because we will post the pre-sale on it on Telegram, Twitter, and Discord. So
yeah, I
if
saw
you
Medium too. They set up some article there, so you can review and get some information from here.
yeah, so if you want to be on the pre-sale, so stay tuned on this platform.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching this video, and see
Thank,
you soon.
thank you guys. See you soon on Graphlinq and have fun.